Thanksgiving night was a very, very special night in the career of the world's heavyweight wrestling champion. It was on that day that Nature Boy Ric Flair re-won the NWA World's Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Now, since that time, Ric Flair has defended all across the country, and he's met some of the top stars in professional wrestling, with the exception of one man. Now, all that's going to change because Friday night, January the 6th, in St. Louis at the Kiel Auditorium, the world title is on the line when Ric Flair puts the 10 pounds of gold against King Kong Brody.
Well, Rick, it's good to be back in St. Louis and good to be in that ring against Ric Flair. You know, I know the people in St. Louis know me real well, and it was just about a year ago. A year ago, Ric Flair was also the world's champion a year ago in February. And we had 20,000 people out at the old Checker Dome there in St. Louis. And there was 20,000 people in St. Louis who saw King Kong Brody get on top of Ric Flair and beat him 1, 2, 3. And then the match went to an hour draw. Nobody took 2 out of 3 falls in the match, so King Kong Brody wasn't the world's champion.
But yet you beat the world's champion 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you something you don't know right now, King Kong Brody. In St. Louis, Missouri, on Friday night, January the 6th, your world's title match by special dispensation of the NWA is going to be 1 fall to the finish.
Well, I don't think the people out here would want it any other way, Rick. And they saw me beat Ric Flair. And they know that I stood here a year ago at this time, and I looked at him just like I'm looking at him now. And King Kong Brody, he said, well, I'm going to beat you, Ric Flair, and I'm going to walk out of the building and be the NWA champion. But King Kong Brody didn't walk out of the building last year, and he wasn't the world's champion. So everybody's got to be saying, well, why should we believe you now, King Kong Brody? You was talking just as loud last year, and you didn't do it.
Well, let's point out something here now. In fairness to you, you haven't gotten...
No. In fairness to the people, I want to make sure they know that that's true. I did shoot my mouth off. And I ain't never been the world's champion. But I want to tell you something. I beat Ric Flair up that night, and I beat him up good. And 20,000 people saw me beat him up. But I didn't take the belt. Well, I'm going to beat Ric Flair up January the 6th. I'm going to beat him up.
This time there's
no...
And
wait.
You've got to do it once.
I know that Ric Flair's one of those real pretty guys. He takes real good care of himself. Well, I want to tell you something. Pretty guys don't like to get beat up. And I'm going to beat you up, Ric Flair. And I'm going to take the only fall in that match. And I'm going to take the only thing that matters to every professional wrestler in the sport. I'm going to take the NWA belt, and I'm going to leave the building with it.